Hey folks, how's it going? I just got home from work about a half hour ago, and I don't know if anybody has seen the news, but there was a shooting at Fort Stewart, Georgia. That was my first duty station right out of basic. Apparently, it was a Army NCO, an Army sergeant. They revealed his name. I'm not going to say it here. It'll be all over. I'm sure it's all over the news right now. But it was an NCO, a sergeant, that opened fire with his own personal weapon. He did not use a military issue weapon. Who shot 5 of his fellow soldiers, and they're all expected to make full recoveries. 3 needed surgery, and I believe those 3 were transported to a local hospital in Savannah for the surgery instead of being treated at Wynn, the Army hospital on Fort Stewart. And what's getting me is all over the news. It's all these, they break out all these fucking like retired cops and stuff like that. People who have like no idea how the Army operates or what goes on a base. And then, like, they break out some of the old generals and shit like that. Oh, well, this can happen. This can happen. This is what happens. This is what happens. Wait until all the fucking information is put out. The commanding general of the base just put out a conference where he revealed who the shooter was, things like that. Apparently, he did have a DUI that the Army didn't know about from like a year or 2 ago. It was only uncovered when they investigated him, when they took him into custody. I guess some soldiers were able to take him down and, apprehend him and hold him till, MP showed up. So, right now, that's all that's known. All lockdowns on the base have been lifted, of course, but where the shooting happened, the 2nd Brigade Combat Team on Stewart, that area is closed off because, of course, it's an active crime scene. So you'll have feds are there, but and it's usually federal law enforcement has jurisdiction over government facilities, military bases, things like that. But hey, Donna. So the lead investigators will be Army CID, which is the Criminal Investigation Division. You'll also have MPI, which is the military police's like detectives. That investigate crimes. They wear plain clothes. Unless that's changed, I don't know. I've been out for a while. Been out since '04. They have the lead, but if it finds out if there's, a terrorism aspect, was he radicalized or anything like that, then the feds take over. The FBI takes over the investigation, but they'll work in conjunction with Army CID, to get to this. Now there's going to be all kind of policy changes because he used his own weapon. It wasn't a military issue weapon. So, like, okay, how did he get it on base? Does he stay off base? Does he stay in base housing? Does he live in the barracks? Usually, if you're a single soldier living on base and you're in the barracks and you have personal weapons, the Army policy requires you to lock those in your company arms room. And then, say if you want to use it to go shooting on the weekend or a weeknight, you have to sign it out. And then when you're done, you have to turn it back into the arms room. It gets signed back in. And then if you PCS to a different duty station, which is, permanent change of station, you have to pack your firearms and declare them with all your household goods that get sent to your next duty station. If you're going overseas, you can't take it overseas. So you have to, keep it here in the U.S. at your home of record or whatever. So now they got to figure out because of course he's in pretrial confinement. You know, he's being questioned by CID. This is all going to come out. You know, how he got the weapon on base, what were his motivations, why did he shoot his fellow soldiers, things like that. So until all the details come out, all the talking heads on TV, it's just they're guessing. You know, see, like they're talking with someone right now on the news. I'm switching between Fox and Newsmax. You know, a former FBI special agent. You know, like, shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I mean, you know, let the Army take the lead. Let CID do their work. Then, when the Army decides to make a statement as to why this guy did this, you know, what the punishment he faces, things like that. I can't stop moving my hands here. I'm like a King Jeffries. I gotta, you know, you gotta use his hands for everything. So yeah, that's what's going on. If you haven't caught the news today, and if you're not watching this live, I see 3 people are. Then you know, this is your news for today. So I'm sure there'll be more details tonight. I've seen the shooter's photo online already. They haven't shown it on TV yet. I'm sure it'll be on TV by the 6 o'clock news. So if you go online, you can see the commanding general's statement. He's the Fort Stewart commander, General John Lubis. And yeah, so President Trump is soon to speak from the Oval Office. He's going to address this, but then he's got some other things. I think he's going to be meeting up with Putin next week. Don't know where, but so yeah, that's the news. Just don't pay attention to all these talking heads. They don't know what they're talking about. All these so-called experts, you know, they got to chime in. Yes, I'm drinking a beer. I'm out of work. I can drink. So. Yeah, and I haven't been on YouTube yet, but I'm sure all the former special operations guys are going to be all over the YouTube, TikTok, whatever, and giving everybody their so-called expert opinion and shit like that. Hey, Nate, what's going on? So, yeah, you know, every time something happens like this, all these former Spec Ops guys and all law enforcement have to chime in. Oh, this is what happened, and this is what they should have done, and blah, 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 blah. And, like, just shut the fuck up. So, I'm glad none of the 5 soldiers were seriously wounded. They're all expected to make full recoveries. So, I'm sure we'll get more details by the evening news. If not, then probably tomorrow. So I think that's about it. I've got steaks to prepare for dinner, so I'm going to go do that. So everybody, if you're not watching this live, you can catch the replay. It'll be on my profile. So I will talk to everybody later.